All right, main idea, let's just dive right in. Having written the impassioned call to arms letter to the Spanish Americans in 1791, Peruvian intellectual Juan Pablo Vizcardo y Guzman is often considered a forerunner for the independence movements in Latin America. But Vizcardo's role in history would have remained insignificant were it not for Venezuelan revolutionary Francisco de Miranda, who was handed the unpublished letter after Vizcardo's death. Miranda not only helped circulate the letter, but his edits and footnotes to the text positioned Miranda as a central figure in the text creation. Okay, so, I don't know. Juan Pablo is good. How do they call him? Vizcardo. Vizcardo, good. Miranda, I don't know. Better is maybe what they're going with? I have no idea. Let's look at it. The original authorship of Letter to the Spanish Americans is disputed by contemporary historians. No. It says that the guy, Vizcardo, wrote it. It just says that Miranda was the one who brought it out. So, because it would have remained insignificant if this other guy didn't publish the letter. So, it had been unpublished before. So, unpublished. This is just factually inaccurate. B, the majority of the most eloquently stated arguments in this letter were written by Miranda. No. It's a quantifier word. So, as soon as I saw that, I knew we were in trouble. Basically, majority means more than half. So do they ever specifically state that Miranda wrote more than half of the letter or more than half of the important parts of the letter? No. It says that his edits and footnotes made him a central figure, but maybe he edited like 3 things. Like, I don't know. We are never getting the numbers involved here, so we can't jump to the conclusion that the majority of it was Miranda. We don't know. So this one word makes a big difference. If it just said some of the most eloquently stated arguments were written by Miranda, now we have a slightly better choice, but we don't even say that the passages are eloquent, so even that bothers me. C, Miranda played a crucial role in influencing the content and distribution of Letter to the Spanish Americans. This is still strong, but notice that it's more flexible, right? Crucial could mean anything. It could mean that he wrote it, right? I mean, we have that, right? Did he distribute it? Yes, they definitely said that, right? If not for Miranda, the letter would have just remained in a box, I guess. So that part is there. Is he influencing the content? Is that crucial? Well, it says he's a central figure. So that seems like a synonym for crucial. So this is definitely strong. But notice not every strong word is wrong. It has to be justified. The word majority, we couldn't justify before because they don't talk about the amount of stuff that each person did in the passage. But the word crucial is actually strong, but in a way it's actually kind of weak as well, because that just means important. So it can be important in lots of different ways. They don't really get specific about it. So it's easier to prove. And we can go into the passage and we have other words, other strong words that justify that word. Let's look at D though. Letter to the Spanish Americans persuaded many people in Latin America to pursue national independence. Again, we have a quantifier. I don't know what it did. I mean, it was an important letter, right? It's a forerunner to the independence movements, but I don't know how many people it persuaded, right? I mean, maybe it persuaded other people who then persuaded lots of ordinary people, right? I don't know. I don't know the full history here. I'm not supposed to. So the fact that D has another quantifier word is more important to me than the fact that C is right. It's so obvious sometimes when we have wrong answers because there are certain words and certain traps that come up again and again and again. And so the more practice you do with reading, the more you want to start to notice those traps. And I think just to kind of end on a big picture idea here, one of the problems that people have is they focus on, oh, I got it right. So I understood it. But how sure were you that you got a question right? Did you get it right because it just felt right? Or did you get it right because you proved your answer right, that you had reasons? Because the more you can prove them, even when it's an easy question, even when you're sure about your instincts, the more likely that when it truly gets hard, you have the same skills, the same knowledge to be able to sort through those difficult answer choices. And for me, knowing what the trap answers look like, knowing that certain words tend to be wrong, that comes up again and again. And I use that skill a lot to not only get more questions right, but to get questions right faster. And I know that when I talk to you guys, I'm slow because I'm making a lot of points, but when I do a question like this on the test, we are done with this in 30 seconds because I know exactly what's wrong with each choice right away, and I'm able to pick C very, very confidently. So that should be your goal, that by using these kind of common traps, you're able to notice things very quickly and get rid of things very confidently.